What is up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt, where Derek and I discuss all manner of things entertainment. We talk about movies and franchises and music and games from time to time. As a matter of fact, I think we might be doing a game one here soon. We're going to discuss that afterwards, probably. But yeah, we try to do all kinds of entertainment stuff because one, it's fun to talk about. Two, it's fun to listen to. And three, we fucking want to. So there's that. And yeah, usually we just have a good time, and that's not gonna be any different today. So we are going to be talking about Nightmare on Elm Street 5, 6, and 7, and the remake, right?
Yeah, and probably lightly going over Freddy versus Jason, since we already talked about that in our Friday the 13th franchise two-part, or was it two-part or three-part review?
No, it had to have been 3. There was like 10 movies, wasn't there? We didn't do 5 and 5 or 11 movies or something. Surely we did 3.
Yeah, I can't.
Right?
I would think so. I can't remember though.
Anyway, in our Friday,
it's been a minute.
13th, yeah, in our Friday the 13th videos, we'll just put it that way, plural. We did go over Freddy versus Jason. So if you want to know more specifically about that one, go check out the final video, whether it be the second one or the third one. Whatever the last one was, is when we talked about that one.
Yeah.
And we'll touch on it a little bit on this video as well. But anyway, what you been up to, buddy? How you been? What you been listening to? What you been playing, if anything?
Oh, you don't want to know what I've been listening to, boy.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Lacrima and all kinds of it. Jesus. That's the new Ghost song.
Okay, I was going to say, I feel like that's the new Ghost thing, because I semi-recognized the name from seeing it, but I couldn't remember.
It is so fucking good.
I pulled up my Spotify, and it's just Danny Go.
Yeah, I unfortunately have been introduced to Mr. Go.
Daniel Gosif, if you will.
Daniel Gosif, yes. Because they, I guess, watch a lot of that in frickin' Jacob's preschool.
Yeah.
And it looks like we talked about the movies in 2 and did a ranking for a 3rd.
Nice.
Damn, we were hardcore, I guess.
Yeah.
But, new Ghost single, absolutely fucking killer. Hardcore fucking 80s in literally every way, shape, and form. So to say I've listened to that song probably like 30, 40 fucking times is an understatement.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I am so ready. The album comes out in 12 days of this recording, which by the time this comes out, it'll actually be a week away.
Nice.
Yeah, a week away. So, yeah, very excited about that. Been still just finishing up Resident Evil 2, doing trophies and stuff like that. So I'm in the middle of a Leon hardcore run, and then I got a Claire hardcore run, and then I am done, because I am not even going to try to do the don't open the item box one, and then, I'll have all the trophies except for one on that.
Nice.
Watching. What have I been watching? Recently went through and watched all 5 Evil Dead films. Yeah, that's basically it. I need to watch The Monkey again since it just came out on VOD. It's been out like over a week, but I actually have not rewatched it yet, so might do that tonight.
Yeah, I seen it was up on Prime for like $20 or something like that, and I was like, oh man, I gotta wait. I gotta wait on that one. So
yeah,
but it looked good. I still want to watch it, but then again, the Wolfman also looked good. So.
As somebody that's literally seen both of them, yeah, no, The Monkey is just, it's a gas. Okay. I'll go old school. It's a gas.
I bet. I want to watch The Wolfman still, just for the sake of watching it. Obviously, I know, I've heard some not so great things, but I still am gonna watch it at some point. At least try to. And then Sinners is coming out soon too. I think the 19th or something, or 17th.
No, I thought it came out this past week.
Did it?
Maybe I'm wrong.
I keep seeing ads for like this. It's like the 17th or 18th or something, I thought.
Yeah, it is the 18th. Okay, I
Yeah.
don't know why I saw something because, like, I thought it was out, and literally I almost made like we almost went to Quincy yesterday, and I was gonna say we're watching that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I
that's
I kept seeing an ad for it on because we've been watching Yellow Jackets or something, and it keeps on popping up on the ads for that for some reason. And I
where
remember
you
it
at in
was like
Yellow Jackets.
we just finished season one, like halfway
Okay,
through
all right.
episode one of season two.
Okay. Oh, literally, you're at 100% the same spot I am.
Yeah, but it was good, dude. It was surprisingly like sucked me in. I was like, God damn, okay, yeah, I kind of want to continue watching this.
No,
But
you remember when I had my heart attack?
no, no, what? When the fuck did you have a heart attack?
January 2022. I was gone for like a week from work because I
Oh
basically had a
yeah,
heart
okay,
attack.
yeah, okay. I do remember that. Okay,
Yeah, no, literally when I was in the hospital, I binge watched all of season one of Yellow Jackets. Then,
dude, it's good, man.
yeah,
It's good stuff.
it was
Christina Ricci,
good.
dude. Christina Ricci, phenomenal.
Still, yeah.
Fucking the chick from Fallout.
Oh,
Blank on her name.
yeah.
Really big
Wow.
eyes.
Yeah.
Just
She played
anyway,
Jackie.
Jackie. Yeah, she's phenomenal. Um, yeah, it's just so good. Honestly, we should probably do a fucking episode on that because that would be fun. But
Yeah.
we still need to do an episode on The Boys because I finished The Boys, so that's another one we could talk about. I know we're a little late,
Yeah.
but
Well, in time for Gen V season two.
no, I haven't seen that. I
And
haven't
then
seen Gen
ready.
V.
Well, it's going to be coming out soon, and then they've got Vought Rising coming out, which
Mm,
I am semi excited about just because Jensen's in it and he's awesome.
mm.
Season 5 of The Boys, though, I am in no way, shape, or form excited for, though.
I'm pumped, dude. I'm pumped for it.
I'm not. Yeah, like that's a testament to how bad season 4 was. As a fucking like literal lifelong Supernatural fan, they announced that they're bringing Jared in and Misha Collins in for season 5 of The Boys, and I'm just like, okay,
I
all
didn't,
right,
I
whatever.
didn't think season 4 was that bad.
Oh, season 4 was ass, dude. I was literally pissed off every goddamn episode.
I don't remember it being that bad, but
Oh, dude.
no.
We'll
Anyway,
we'll we'll discuss. We
no.
will discuss at some point because yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts on that.
Well, anyway, that's what we just finished watching. I think we're starting season 2 up again tonight. Maybe depends on how long we're recording, but yeah. Other than that, I've been listening to the new Stick to Your Guns album is phenomenal. I haven't listened to those guys in forever, but I was like, you know what? They've got a new album out. Haven't heard from them in a while, at least. Not they just haven't been on my radar. So I'll give it a listen, and I'm glad I did because it fucking slaps, dude. You have to check this album out.
Dude, oh, we need to also go ahead and bring up. I forgot what I was literally listening to beside the day. The new Magnolia Park album that Toby
Oh yeah,
threw at us.
I listened
Like,
to most of that. I did not get all the way through it yet,
I think
but
I've
I've
listened
been
to that.
through
I
most
was
of it.
doing some. I was doing some work in the laundry room the last 2 days, and yeah, I listened to that album twice. Vamp,
Oh yeah,
that like, and I'm serious. Like back in the day when my buddy Joel introduced me to them, it was pop punk. It like 100% it was pop punk. So when Toby was
definitely not
talking about it, I was
anymore.
like, yeah, I was like, what the fuck, Toby? All right, all right, and what? And yeah, both of us were just kind of like,
Huh?
he went back and checked out what I said, he was like, wow, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
So
I have not heard anything by them, so I'll have to go back and check out some of their other stuff because I like pop punk as well.
oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, so far it's pretty good. The new Paleface Swiss album fucking bangs.
Oh, I have been enjoying the new Day to Remember album too.
Oh yeah, the new Day to Remember album's fun.
Yeah.
I listened through Tsunami Sea, Spirit Box's new album, but it didn't really stick with me, which kind of sucks. But I want to give it another listen because I wasn't fully paying attention to it the first time. I was in the car and had the kids and stuff in the car too, so I I need to go back and just listen to it and actually pay attention to it. My only thing is I did the same thing with the A Day to Remember album and the Stick to Your Guns album, and both of them stuck. So I don't know. Maybe it's just not as good as I'm wanting it to be, but I don't know.
I will say I enjoyed Tsunami Sea more than Eternal Blue, but it's still. I remember I told Karen, I was like, this album was really good, but I legitimately hope it's not in my top 5, because if it makes my top 5, then the year hasn't been as good as I want it to be. Well, especially considering
I don't think it's going to be in my top 5, but
I don't think it's going to be in mine.
I think it's a good album so far, but I don't think it's making my top 5.
Like, already right out of the gate, that Magnolia Park album's fucking fire. The New Architects was really good. Killswitch, I was beyond disappointed in that album.
Yeah, Killswitch is the new one. I listened to most of it, and I was like,
it did nothing.
Literally just sounds like the part of Killswitch I don't like.
So. Yeah, it did fucking it did fuck all for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ghost is coming out, so and I mean they've already released 2 banger fucking singles. So in my mind, they're ahead of where they were with the last album, which I thought was fantastic. So I'm excited for that. Down is putting something out this year, or supposed to be. Volbeat's got something on the horizon. Ice Nine Kills might surprise us this year.
Cross our fingers, guys.
And who knows? Breaking Benjamin might actually fucking put something out. So
cross our fingers for that one too.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming out right now. Thankfully.
Also, Whitechapel's. I just recently listened to Whitechapel's new album all the way through, and it's fucking heavy, dude. I mean, it's just a wall of sound the whole way through, and I mean that in a good way. It's it's a very good album. I'm not going to deny that. But I think the heaviness of it all the way through might be holding it out of my top 5 for me, though. Because I'm one of the minorities with the Whitechapel fan group. I actually like their softer stuff a lot more than I like a lot of their heavy stuff. So maybe it's just me and the group of people that jumped onto Whitechapel a little heavier when they got more and more, like they had the more mellow stuff, more melodic stuff. But for any classic Whitechapel fans that are into their early stuff, dude, this album is yours. Like this is easily a testament to those fans for sure.
Yeah.
And again, it's not a diss or anything. It's a phenomenal album that sounds great, but holy shit, dude, it is fucking heavy. There's not a single soft song at all. There's not a single clean vocal in the whole thing.
Jesus.
It is fucking brutal. And
at that point, you would almost want that, so you have a little bit of variation, because if it all sounds the same, then it starts to bleed together, and then it's
I will say that as far as vocal range goes, as far as heavy vocal range goes, like with harsh vocals, this is probably the most range I have ever heard from Phil. Like, he knocked it out of the park vocally. He just didn't do any cleans. But I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree that if they would have added a couple clean parts in some areas, I probably would have liked the album more. But he does some crazy shit with his vocals, dude. He makes some fucking weird noises. He goes high, he goes low, everything in between. It's nuts. But yeah, dude. Yeah. And I respect the hell out of Whitechapel no matter what they do. So, they're a bunch of cool guys, and I love seeing them live. When we seen them live a couple months ago, phenomenal. But yeah, I mean, great album, but I'm not sure if it'll be in my top 5. Cradle of Filth's new album, it just sounds like another Cradle of Filth album, so didn't really care for that one too much.
A few that I forgot. Electric Callboy, they put out a new song earlier this year. So
did you see their cover of Crawling?
No.
By Linkin Park?
Well, I know it's by Linkin Park. I mean,
dude,
I was knee deep in that. I was balls deep in that.
It's really good. It's a pretty solid cover. And it's a serious cover too. They didn't go crazy heavy with it, fucking ball pounding heavy with disco shit in it. No, they legit did a fucking cover of Crawling.
Nice. Okay.
I was like, what is this? And it's actually I thought it was really good anyway. But
But one album that surprised me is I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's from the band Bloodywood, and
Oh
they're
yeah,
from like
yeah.
India.
I have
That
Bloodywood's new
album,
album in my list. I started listening to it, but I got sidetracked with the Magnolia Park thing. So,
that album has, oh my god, I fucking love it.
dude,
Sleep Theory is putting out an album next month. Finally, a full album, not a fucking EP. Excited for that. I
their
still need
album
to check out
their album from
what.
2022. Speaking of Bloodywood, real quick, was in my I think it was in my honorable mentions in 2022.
Oh, okay.
Bloodywoods. If you liked this one, you definitely need to check out the last one because I like the last one more so far. But
Okay.
I haven't gotten through the newest one just yet. But that it's Rakshak or something is the name of it. It's got the big elephant on the front of it. It's fucking awesome, and the dude has fucking got some goddamn pipes, dude.
Yeah.
It's
And
nuts.
then, God, what else is there? Sleep Token. Completely forgot about Sleep Token. They're putting something out. Chevelle is putting an album out. That is confirmed. But yeah, that's. So, I mean, the year's looking good.
Yeah, pretty pumped.
Look a hell of a lot better with some Breaking Benjamin and Ice Nine kills in it, though.
It would. Even
Not
better
saying
with
anything.
Trivium, but we already know that's not gonna happen, you little shits.
At least we got, yeah, like, at least they're not like, yeah, we're seeing where it goes. We want to really take our time and perfect it.
We're gonna put an album out when we feel like it. Sometime.
Yeah,
Who knows?
basically.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to go too heavy into it because we already made 2 videos now, but the Nintendo Switch 2 has also got a bunch of news popping out, and some of it's not great news, some of it's okay news, some of it's clarification on a lot of the misinformation that's being spread, so that's cool. However, it's not cool that we're finding out from content creators through them reaching out to Nintendo to get the information. I feel like Nintendo is just dropping the fucking ball when it comes to communicating anything.
I almost don't even think it's miscommunication. I think we've got a classic fucking Xbox One from 2013 scenario, and Nintendo is somehow handling it fucking worse than Microsoft did that. I think everything that was put out and said was true, but they weren't expecting the massive backlash that they're getting. Because I saw some article earlier today, I didn't read it, but the title was like, Breath of the Wild's going to cost $90 or something.
No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Even the game when it launched wasn't $90.
Oh, I know. I'm fully
There's
aware
no
of that.
fucking way because I got it. I wouldn't have spent $90 on a Zelda game ever in my life. I was hard pressed.
No, it'd be like the Switch 2 rendition of it. So, like, for instance,
no one's
Sony
buying
putting
$90.
out.
No one's spending $90 on an old game, unless it's
Well,
like a collector thing. There's no fucking shot. There's no way.
I don't.
And trust me, I love Breath of the Wild. That's not even a knock on the game at all. But dude, come on now. Wasn't it a launch title for the Switch?
Yeah.
From what 2017? Yeah, no, no one's paying $90 for that shit. I'm pretty sure the upgraded versions are like, I thought they were like $20 or something.
Well, no, that's if you want to like. From what I gathered just from the title, because like I said, I didn't read the article. Like, if you don't own Breath of the Wild and you like get the Switch 2 version, it's like $90.
Nah, that's some
But
bullshit.
how I'm saying that is not completely crazy. Look at Last of Us Part 2. Came out on PS4, $60. Last of Us Part 2 remastered, less than like 2-3 years after, probably off on that timetable, not by that much though. Launched on PS5, $70. So companies do that shit. So I'm not. It's not.
That's some
It's
bullshit.
not. It's not far fetched or anything like that. But yeah.
Anyway,
No.
a lot of
Yeah,
it's
I don't
been-
want to talk about Nintendo. Nintendo could suck my ass at this point.
Yeah, I still think regardless, it's a big L on Nintendo's part for just not communicating very well at all. And the stuff that they have been talking about in the best way. Their paid tech demo is also irking the fuck out of me when we have an Astros playground in the fucking PlayStation for free default, and it's the same fucking thing. That's
It's
just
just
wild to
greedy.
me. Yeah, it's not okay. It's not cool. So, anyway, moving on. Derek, let's go ahead and get started. What we
Yes.
got?
First up, we have got Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Now, this movie was released August 11th. Yeah, I always mix up its release date with 4. August 11th, 1989. This was directed by Stephen Hopkins, who also directed Predator 2. It had a budget of $8 million dollars and an overall box office gross of $22 million dollars. This also has a 30% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes and then 31% from fans. So, not very well liked.
Not great.
Yeah. Um I guess if we're jumping into it, I like the fact that Lisa Wilcox was back as Alice because she was so great in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Probably my second favorite of the Elm Street Final Girls, and I know some people are going to be like, what about Kristen? Alice literally was fucking fist fighting Freddy in 4, and it was like kung fu shit. So, no. Kristen didn't fight Freddy like Alice did. Only Nancy did. So I was happy that she was back, but ultimately this movie, because they make her pregnant, they kind of she's not that same badass from part 4. She is more like your typical final girl. She doesn't really fight Freddy, like if you think about it. She's not like punching him or anything like that. If anything, it's going, no, oh, he's gonna bust out of me, which that was really cool. The busting, like Freddy coming out of
Oh
Alice,
yeah.
that was cool. Um, so it is disappointing that at least like her character was not on the same level as 4, because it's literally like this 4 and then 5.
Yeah.
Kristen from 3 is better than Alice in 5, but
Yeah.
still not near Alice in 4.
Yeah. No. I agree. I don't. I don't remember a lot of this movie. I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember some of the kills, obviously, because I mean, practical effects plus Nightmare on Elm Street is just fun. that is
Yeah.
exactly a recipe for fun. So, yeah, I don't know if you want to go into some kills now.
Yeah,
I don't have
we
any
could
like general thoughts other than like this wasn't obviously my favorite. Not my least favorite, but not my favorite.
Yeah.
There's and I'm not even counting the remake, obviously, because I didn't even get to finish the whole thing. But even in the main line, obviously it's not my least favorite. We actually will be talking about my least favorite here in a little bit, but
Yeah.
um,
No, the kills. Yeah. So the MPAA, they kind of had a stick up their ass in the very late 80s. You look at Friday the 13th, Part 7 and 8 as a perfect example. Kills just being absolutely fucking nerfed and neutered. The exact same thing happened with Nightmare on Elm Street 5, with Dan on the motorcycle being turned into the Iron Man. Like, there was so much of that shit that was cut out, and like when you watch, because there are versions out there where you can watch, like they're comparing side by side, and then like theatrical stops, but the unedited keeps going, and it is brutal and fucking awesome. It really hinders the kills, and you got three good kills, 3 kills in this movie. Like, that is it. And so to have 2 of the kills like completely just nuts cut off of them it's just awful.
This is
obvious.
This is the one with the food as well. Shovel.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because at one point in the unedited version, Freddy like pulls the because at first he like puts like a baby tray over her arm so she can't like get out. He pulls the baby tray off, and then he literally stabs her in the stomach and starts feeding her herself.
Oof.
Yeah. So like I'm saying, it was pretty brutal, but it gets cut out of the film.
Yeah.
Now, Mark with the Phantom Prowler, I like the idea of this like dream sequence that the comic book nerd is stuck in a black and white world, and then all of a sudden becomes, the fucking Phantom Prowler, shoots fucking Freddy's like, yeah, I killed him, but then comic book lore, Freddy comes back as an even more badass version of Freddy and then fucks him up and cuts him to shreds and stuff.
Yeah.
That whole thing was awesome. I do really enjoy that sequence. Out of the 3 kills, I would say Greta's is my least favorite, with Dan's probably still being number 1, and then Mark's right in the middle.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd probably agree with you on that one.
Yeah, because they got away with no blood in Mark's kill, and it was still solid.
Yeah.
But one thing that I definitely want to bring up with this is they changed Freddy's makeup in 5. So you look at how good he looks 1 through 4, and I know there were different makeups throughout, but generally from 2 to 3, because Kevin Yeager was mostly in charge of it, it stayed similar. This, they brought back David Warner from Nightmare on Elm Street 1, but the makeup it fucking does not look good in any way, shape, or form. Oh, God. That's part of the reason I don't watch 5 as much, or fucking Freddy's Dead, or even New Nightmare, for that matter, is because that's not my Freddy. It does not look good to me at all.
Yep. No, I agree. I agree 100% on that one, too.
No, what else do we got? Timing. Timing is a big thing, and part of the reason that I feel this movie suffered as much as it did was because there was only 357 days between Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and Nightmare on Elm Street 5. They didn't even have over a fucking calendar year to, I don't know, work out a better fucking script, which they did actually have, but they didn't want to make it. I can't remember exactly. I know it was a pair of guys. I think Craig Spector was one of them, but I think it was Mike DeLuca. He wanted these two to write a draft for Nightmare on Elm Street 5 because he really liked a book that they had written. And I have read their original script, and it was fucking 10 times better than anything we got in this movie. Oh. And so it's just baffling that we didn't go with that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think this is definitely the point in Freddy's journey, I think, as far as the Nightmare on Elm Street movies go, where, I mean, it's the same thing we've seen in most big horror movie franchises. At some point, they just lose ideas, and they're just going with what they feel like is going to sell because they need to make a movie, and I think this was definitely the starting point for Nightmare on Elm Street. Unfortunately, I think it got a little bit worse before it got better, but, I mean, it happens to any franchise, I think, that isn't a part of an already set series, like Harry Potter, for example. I think Harry Potter, well, it's not horror either, so fantasy, I think, can get away with a little bit longer of a runtime, than horror movies can, but, I mean, I think it happened with Halloween. I think it happened with Friday the 13th, obviously, which we talked about. So, obviously, when you've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 movies, they're not all going to stick, you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
there's a good chance that there's at least a couple in there that just aren't very good, and this one, I think, is definitely the starting point for that for me.
Yeah, and like I said, not having enough time to, fully realize the vision hurt. This movie could have been more successful if they weren't so gung-ho on, hey, we've got to shoot this fucking shit. I think they literally started filming it in, February, and, it came out in August. So, They knew it was the cash cow. They were going to just fucking milk it dry. Yeah. And unfortunately, because 4 was so successful, then 5 comes out, and it didn't bomb by any means, but it definitely, I don't know how they thought they were going to have a better movie compared to 4, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
So, in this one, we would probably argue that there's just not enough, because it just doesn't feel right. It was definitely rushed for sure. 3 kills for a fucking horror movie, that's no bueno. So, that being said, the next movie in the list, I think, was the exact opposite effect. Too much. There was just too much going on, and I think it's I mean, I think that's a good transition to the next movie because I really have a lot more to say about Dream Child.
Next up, Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. Released September 13th, 1991. This was directed by Rachel Talalay. It had a budget of between $9 and $11 million, and it made almost $35 million at the box office. Critic score of 22% and an audience score of 32%.
Yeah. Someone was high. Someone was high when they was making those reviews because, yikes. That's being generous, if you ask me.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I did like this movie. When I was very young, I liked this movie. Just because it does have a more cartoony feel to it at times. Like, especially Freddy pushing the bed of nails and then just kind of like Bugs Bunnying it. Like, fuck, I am tired, man. But also
because video
game
sequence.
Yeah. I actually almost forgot about that. The old Breckenmeyer, Spencer. But no, one thing that was awesome about this movie, at least back in, like, let's say 92, was at the end credits, they have scenes literally flashing from every single fucking movie. So we basically always had this movie from the local video rental store. And my sister would be like, that would come on, and she would be like, okay, what one do you want to watch next? And then as the scenes are flashing, I would be like, I want to watch the one with the bus. Okay, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. We'll go rent that. But as I've gotten older, and especially like since watching Never Sleep Again and everything, I don't know why an established horror franchise would take such direct influence from, and I know people will be pissed about this, a fad. Twin Peaks. Like, I know people love it, and I don't mean to insult it, I really don't, but you look at the scale of things, Freddy's been around longer, and it's just done more than Twin Peaks has. Yeah. But they saw that, and they were like, hey, let's make fucking Nightmare on Elm Street more like Twin Peaks. Let's do that.
Yeah, don't ever do that again.
You don't give in to the fads. That's like, oh God, what would it be? Like the Halloween Resurrection with them like, oh, we're going to do the found footage or like MTV's Fear, essentially, in this fucking house. No, you are an established fucking franchise. Stick to your goddamn guns. Don't chase after these temporary fads. Yeah. Because 20 years later, we're going to look back on them, and it's going to be dated as fuck. More dated than the original, or fucking 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Not even, I would argue you probably don't even have to wait 20 years, because I can't imagine the success of this didn't carry for very long. You know, I can't imagine people watched this and was like, this is quality entertainment. Like, come on now. Yeah. It was rough to watch, I'm not gonna lie. It was rough. It was rough to watch.
So one thing I will say, and I can't remember, have I told you about Peter Jackson being involved with this movie before?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Here's one of the educational things. You know what company did Lord of the Rings, right?
Wingnut?
No.
Well, Wingnut is Peter Jackson's studio, I think, but you mean like the...
What was the bigger company?
It wasn't,
It was New Line Cinema.
New Line. Oh, yeah. Duh, the fucking... Yeah, okay. Yep, I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was New Line Cinema,
yeah.
Bob Shea, the producer of all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, was a producer on Lord of the Rings. Peter Jackson originally wrote a draft, and it wasn't Freddy's Dead. It was Nightmare on Elm Street 6, The Dream Lover. And it involved a cop and kids that would purposely take sleeping pills, go into the dream world, and then Clockwork Orange fucking Freddy and beat the shit out of him because they were not afraid of him anymore. obviously, I'm going to go ahead and say they chose the lesser of the two, but this was very important for laying the foundation down for Lord of the Rings. So as much as you hate this movie, come on.
I'll be honest with you. I think that would have been a more fun movie. by a lot.
Yeah.
That sounds ridiculous, but I would watch the hell out of that.
Well, and I don't remember the exact specifics that they talked about, but the cop was like stuck. He was in a coma. So he was just like permanently in there. And then Freddy eventually kills one kid and starts regaining his strength. And then so, some kids who don't know, they're going in there, oh, we're going to beat the fuck, they get fucked up. So I think that would have been a much better script. But because New Line had lost interest, they're like, okay, this ain't making as much money as it was. We need to just go ahead and end it. And they weren't interested in like doing another sequel that wasn't going to have a definitive end.
Right.
But yeah, so Peter Jackson was in kind of involved with this movie, even if it was its better half.
Yeah. That would have been pretty cool. That sucks that he his vision didn't come to life, but
yeah. So kills in this movie, I'll give them this, they were creative and unique.
Creative and unique is the nice way to put it.
Well, okay, so Carlos's kill still holds up to this day.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That one was not bad.
That one is solid, even if it is mostly bloodless, because they filmed it in like a fucking... I can't remember if they were in like a ship or something, and they couldn't get like explode ahead and get blood everywhere. It was like other stuff. But imagine if that went full gore with it. Oh, that would have been fucking even better. Spencer's kill, however, very cartoony.
Literally, it was literally pixel art.
Boing 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 boing.
Yeah. Not to mention his controller glove as well was a big, like, what the fuck, dude? What is going on?
Hey, you forgot the power glove.
Oh my god, dude. That gives me a fucking aneurysm just thinking about it.
You know that's a semi-real thing, right?
Oh, yeah, the power glove controller or whatever. It had, like, the big-ass bulky glove that you had, and it was janky as hell, and
it didn't
hardly
work.
Worked,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen it. Awful.
And then fucking John Doe's kill. It was,
Actually, I don't remember his kill. What the fuck happened to him?
He jumps out of his fucking house, and then he's falling from the sky, and then he pulls his shirt, it becomes a parachute. Okay. And then Freddy's at the top of the parachute, cuts the things, and then he lands on the...
Okay. Yep. I remember him jumping out of the house at the beginning, but I was like, it fucking lasted the whole movie. But I remember now.
Yeah, it's very... Yeah.
Meh. Yeah.
We've definitely seen much, much better. What else was there? The scene with Leslie Dean, the blonde girl, Tracy. I almost forgot her name. Kind of hinting that her dad did some not so fatherly things. Was,
Icky.
And then and then he just beats the fuck out of him, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But I do not understand for the life of me why they had her survive the movie.
Yeah.
Like they should have let that fight fucking continue and then Freddy end her.
Yeah.
Because like you've already got I might pronounce his name wrong. Yaphet Kotto as was he Doc? Yeah, Doc in that movie, which he was also in the original Alien too, as one of the guys who doesn't get like full shares, but he survives. Oh God, is it Lisa Zane?
This is the second time I've done this. I forgot to put my spoiler thing up because obviously we're talking about spoilers, but spoilers
okay,
ahead.
Lisa Zane. God, I don't know why I'm blanking on these names as hard as I am. It's inexcusable for me if I'm being honest. But her, like the whole he had a daughter thing, and that you'd never heard of. That just not good.
Yeah.
Not
Everything about this movie was pretty rough, to be honest with you. I think even so much as to say this is probably the worst acting I've seen in a lot of movies. I mean, this is probably in like probably in the top 10 worst acting movies that I've seen personally myself. Because I know obviously there's B movies that are out there that clearly don't have the greatest acting.
Shit!
But holy cow, it was cringy as fuck. And I'm not talking about 80s movie, cheesy, charm kind of stuff. I'm talking like this was fucking awful, especially John Doe, whatever the fuck his name was. Awful, dude. I could not take him seriously the whole fucking time.
At least Breckin Meyer, you like, if he wasn't on point, it's like, okay, he plays the stoner, so like he's stoned. Just put that in your head, and
you can suspend your disbelief there. Yeah. But also the reveal that the fucking teacher or lady that was in charge or whatever, I forget her name, but at least the
Maggie.
That reveal was also stupid because we already knew it had nothing to do with John Doe after they fucking they revealed it early on. I remember like stupid early on. They were trying to hint at him being Freddy's son or something, but it was like 2 scenes later or something like that it was plainly obvious that it was the chick. Because we found out that it wasn't him or something. This movie's a fucking blur. But anyway.
And then also with the timeline at the beginning, it's like 10 years from now. So there is a good chunk of time between 5 and like, it's like, no, you're like 16.
Yeah.
And no, you're not the fucking, yeah.
Yeah, it was awful. Just about everything about this movie, other than maybe some of the practical effects, of course, which I'm never going to bag on, honestly, but like, I don't know, dude.
One thing I will say, like, the one positive that actually 2 positives that I have from this movie going forward. Goo Goo Dolls' song, I'm Awake Now, that song's a banger and a half. The soundtrack as a whole is pretty good. That's with fair. That early 90s, not so much grunge, but just grunge-esque music. Because, to say Goo Goo Dolls was grunge at this time is inaccurate, but they weren't really the Goo Goo Dolls that we know now. And then the scene with Carlos, hey, give me the map. Hey, it's unfolding over
and over again. Dude, that would be an absolute fucking nightmare too.
And then when it just says you're fucked, then he wakes up, I asked you for the map. What? Throws the map. Yeah, well, the map says we're fucked. Like, I fucking die every single fucking time I see that.
Yeah, that's true. That was pretty funny. I almost forgot about that until you mentioned it.
Last thing I'll mention, the final battle between Freddy and his daughter. No.
Speaking of the daughter and shit, they also tried to set up the blonde chick as like a red herring to be Freddy's daughter as well. When they have that flashback with, they had that flashback with like pre-fucked up Freddy's face or whatever, like human Freddy, and he was like he killed his wife or something, and the daughter's seen it. I'm pretty sure that was in this movie, right? Or am I thinking of
it? Yeah, it was in that one, but I don't know how you got to that was a red herring, because she's the same age as John Doe, or at least close enough.
I think they were trying to set that up as a red herring with her saying that her dad was abusive. So I thought that they were going that route, like, because he did some not so fatherly things, So I thought they were like implying that he may have also done some shitty things to her or something.
By that point in the movie, though, it was Maggie who walked up in there. Like,
did they already reveal that at that point?
Yeah, okay. That was already revealed.
I thought they were trying to like throw us off or something with that, and it was just another one of those just really shitty attempts to throw in another red herring. But okay, maybe that's true. I don't know. Like I said, this whole movie's a fucking blur to me. But
that was during the like where she had to put on the 3D glasses to navigate the dreamscape. That's like where it ended because she backs down, and then Freddy's like talking to her, and she's like, "I got him," and
right. Nope, you're right.
But yeah, final thoughts on this. Yeah, as a kid, I liked it, but as an adult, it has aged like fucking milk in a goddamn oven.
Yeah.
It's not good
Busted
anymore.
milk in a GM truck in the middle of summer.
Oh god. Actually, I'll take it. It's cat food. It's cat food busted in a GM truck in the middle of summer that sat in the trailer for like fucking 2 days.
That's an awful smell, dude. That smell will
Yeah.
never leave my nose. Like, I can recognize the smell on contact every time it gets brought up.
Oh, I still remember the first time I ran into that. I was at Target, and me and Tony were unloading a truck, and legit, I like to think I've got an iron stomach. That almost made me fucking puke. I had to like, ugh.
Yeah, it's awful. It's not great.
Okay, let's move on to something to greener pastures, if you will. Next up, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. This was released October 14th of 1994. It's obviously directed by Wes Craven, so we know we're in good hands here. The budget was $8 million. Box office, 19.8 million. Rotten Tomatoes score, 77% critics, 67% fans. Now, I'm not gonna lie,
Odd.
I was shocked. I was shocked when I saw the fans number for this.
That is
I
kinda
expected
weird
it to
to
be
hear
much
that.
higher.
Yeah.
Because this is definitely one of the brighter points of the franchise.
Agreed.
I was gonna say just in my eyes, but no, just general consensus. This is a much better movie than the two that came before it.
Oh, yeah. It's got Nancy in it, too, so it's already a plus.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're, like, obviously you've got Robert on board for these ones.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
good. You're bringing Nancy back. That's awesome. You're bringing John Saxton back.
I'm pretty sure
awesome.
Robert's even gone on record saying that this was his favorite, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Robert Englund said that in some interview. I thought I read that he was asked which his favorite Nightmare was, and he said this one. So
yeah,
that's got to be a testament, to it alone.
Well, because I mean, in this movie they brought back so many people from the original. Like even in the scene where Heather. At this point, Heather's husband Chase at the funeral, you look around and you see like, oh, there's Rod, there's Tuesday Night, like there's so many people.
Johnny Depp was supposed to make a return in this as well, but Wes felt like he was like, I think he said he was embarrassed or something, because at this point Johnny Depp was just so fucking big, like he was pretty fucking peak at this point. So he was just too embarrassed to ask. Like he just felt like he would be doing it, like, out of some kind of, I don't know. He just felt embarrassed or something, I think. And I guess Johnny Depp went on record saying that it's a shame because he would have done it in a heartbeat or something.
Well, and I mean, I didn't mention this for Freddy's Dead, but yeah, Johnny Depp made a cameo in Freddy's Dead
for all of about 5 seconds.
Yeah, this is your brain on drugs.
And then Freddy kills him again.
Yeah.
Kind of. He just throws him off the screen, doesn't he, or something? He's like, ugh.
Yeah, he just hits him with the frying pan, and then he falls out
bonk.
of screen.
Yeah, classic bonk.
This, so story-wise, this movie is awesome. I love it. I love the idea that, that Nightmare on Elm Street itself had just this energy, and going, 10 years and seeing where everybody was and how it affected them and was still currently affecting them was a great idea. Especially considering, like, Wes Craven watched all the movies together. He's like, there's no way I can make a fucking sequel to these. There's no continuity. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
So that's why we ultimately ended up getting this. And, creative story. Like, super creative.
Yeah. Huge, like, super meta. I mean, the whole thing was literally just like the movies existed in this universe and all the actors playing themselves. Seeing Robert play Robert was fucking insane. I love the hell out of that. Seeing Wes play himself was also insane.
Which Wes originally wanted, like, he didn't want to be like in the mansion and stuff like that. He wanted to be in like the back of a fucking shitty ass van with his fucking eyelids cut off. Yeah. Just like, I have to keep writing this story, but they're like, no, like that's a little, no, don't.
They should have let him do it, dude. That would have been awesome.
Oh,
awesome.
What? And now, as much as I've praised the story, and obviously all the performances from literally everybody, even Miko Hughes, he was a very young kid,
Oh yeah,
all
awesome.
all top notch.
Landslide better than the fucking previous movie. Holy shit.
Yeah, the
Dude,
one
everyone in the
massive.
previous movie should have taken lessons from him. For fuck's sake, dude.
Yeah, that's fair. The one massive negative with this movie is I do not like
Freddy.
Freddy's look in
Yeah.
this movie.
That's what I was going to
Like,
say. I was going to say, like, the biggest glaring issue that I found the whole time was just Freddy himself. Just,
yeah,
at
because
least
I
the way
mean,
he looks. Like,
you look like the scene where Nancy opens the closet and he's like, "Miss me."
yeah.
Like he's wearing black leather pants. Freddy don't wear leather pants.
He's also got a green hat, fedora.
Yeah,
It's green was weird. And I know
I mean,
at that point I'm nitpicking, but for fuck's sake, it's like bright mossy green or some shit. Like,
yeah,
what is
and
this?
like I like the trench coat, like that was a cool welcomed addition, but the green hat, I was like, no, and then the face, it just didn't look right at all. And as cool as the glove looks, like the bone glove,
Yeah.
because I mean it's on the original Nightmare on Elm Street poster and everything. It looks cool, but it's you've got to go with the classic metal and stuff. Just having the bone on it, I don't know. It's
Seeing the even seeing the prop glove that they made for the movie set piece or whatever was sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Like that was cool
Yeah.
to see. And then having the hand crawl around was also kind of cool at the beginning. But
Yeah.
I agree, his hand, like when Freddy's actually revealed, I would totally agree. Just did not look right.
Yeah, great idea in theory, but in practice, not so much. Like, if they would have kept, like, so I mean, one thing that is almost frustrating if you really sit down and think about it, when Nancy's doing the talk show and Freddy cuts through, that is Freddy. It's not the Nightmare on Elm Street 5 fucking makeup. It is like not Nightmare on Elm Street 1 either, but anywhere between 2 and 4.
Oh.
It's that makeup. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Literally all you had to do was that. Like
Yeah.
but I get
Robert
it. They're trying
Englund
to
still
say, like,
plays him though, doesn't he?
yeah.
Does he? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
his face still looks roughly the same, but they structured it a little bit differently. They added a lot more prosthetic to like his cheekbones, I think, and his chin, I think, comes out a little bit longer.
Yeah, it didn't hit the mark, and it sucks that is.
Like,
it sucks that that's like what is the Achilles heel of this movie is just Freddy's look in general, because everything else is like knocked it out of the fucking park. And
the nod to the first kill from Nightmare 1 as well was sick as fuck, and being able to see Freddy like dragging her up the fucking walls and on the ceiling and stuff, that was kind of cool, because we don't actually get to see him do it in the first movie. Who was that? Tina?
Yeah, it was Tina. Name? Yeah.
They get to see, or we get to see him through the eyes of Dylan. Is that his name? And that was cool as fuck, I will admit. But it kind of goes back and forth between the nurses looking at it and they can't see him, and then back to Dylan's view and you can see him like dragging her bloody ass body up the wall and shit.
I like the fact that he stopped like midway through and walked over and even like stood on a fucking case, and like just that whole like stop it. Hey Dylan, ever play Skin the Cat? And then just turns around, walks back, and then continues. Oh, it was awesome.
It's almost
the only hindrance was if Freddy would have looked better.
It's almost like a really piss poor joke that your drunk uncle would make or something at a fucking family gathering. Hey, you ever play Skin the Cat? But he's actually killing somebody and dragging them up the wall and stuff. It was just it was a very odd, out of place thing, but I loved the fuck out of it.
I love the fact. I love the fact that Wes was like, okay, saw where Freddy was going is like, nope, we're stopping the brakes. We're going back to a darker, more evil fucking Freddy. And I mean, Skin the Cat line is a perfect example of that, which,
oh yeah,
God, it was so nice to just have dark, sinister, fucked up Freddy Krueger and not game show host or Bugs Bunny Freddy Krueger. Oh man. Yeah.
Freddy in the clouds as well. Mufasa Freddy. That was
Yeah.
dope. I fucking love the
Yeah,
shit
that
out of that scene.
yeah, just fucking raising him up and down and
Yeah.
stuff.
He comes out of the clouds, just fucking claw
So
in hand
much
and shit. Oh, stupid cool.
so much good shit. Especially like when Nancy like is talking with John, who then becomes her dad, and then once she finally accepts the fact like, okay, I've got to play Nancy one more time. Love you too, Dad. Then Freddie
Mm.
bursts out of Dylan's bed. She turns around and it's the fucking house, even down to the blue door,
Oh yeah.
because it went red door, from there on out
There's
or
bars in the
from
window
two on
too.
out. Yeah,
I
it
was like,
went right
damn,
back
dude.
to one,
Yeah.
which oh man, so so fucking good. I know I keep saying Freddy looks awful in this movie. I stand by it, but the movie itself is still so fucking good.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
for sure. The sheet tunnel slide merging
oh
into the
yeah,
fucking mouth waterfall, the Freddy mouth waterfall. I wanted to slide down that shit so bad.
dude, yeah, give me the pills. I'll do it.
That would be so fun, dude. Turn that into an amusement park ride, because God, that would be fun.
And the dream world, like after she fucking falls and lands in
Mm-hmm.
that, it's just fucking decrepit and just
Grimy as
all
fuck, dude. Ugh.
yeah, just oh man. So, there's yeah, there's just so much good stuff about this movie. It just has that one glaring issue.
Yep. You
But
do be looking pretty rough.
yeah,
I do
and
not think that I don't think I dislike this Freddy's appearance more than the remake's appearance, though. I
yeah,
I think the remake's appearance is easily my least favorite. They lost me so
there
hard, dude.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Anyway,
Because there is one aspect that the remake Freddy rivals, like we'll say 3 or 4, which is where my favorite Freddys are. 3 or 4. There is one aspect that rivals that, if not surpasses.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm talking about his face.
I'm talking about just the whole fucking shebang.
His face looks
Everything.
rough, dude. I know it's supposed to
It.
look rough, but it's I don't know. It just
I
doesn't
know.
feel like Freddy. Doesn't look like Freddy. Doesn't sound like Freddy. Doesn't quip like
Okay.
Freddy. But anyway,
We need to pump the brakes on the remake. We're not there yet. So, final thoughts on New Nightmare.
yeah.
Easily one of the best of the
Oh,
franchise,
for sure. Yeah.
and just a great watch all around.
Yeah, it was fun. I obviously I think my favorite parts are probably just Nancy being back, full swing, but also not Nancy. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
also seeing Robert playing Robert, dude, was just icing on the cake, dude. That was so funny, and like super charming in some ways too, because he's just a really nice, quiet guy. You know, he's like the exact opposite of Freddy. So
Yeah.
then seeing him come out on stage for the talk show, or whatever, as Freddy, just being, you know, in your face and loud and all that kind of stuff, kind of stealing the show, felt like
Oh
something
yeah.
Freddy would do.
Yeah.
But Robert himself played just such a chill guy, somebody you'd want to go get coffee with or whatever.
Yeah.
But
And I could definitely back that up because yeah, he is a fucking sweetheart
oh, I believe
and
it. I believe
it's just I want to meet him again at a horror convention again because
Yeah.
the first time was just literally like a dream come true.
Yeah, that'd be
As,
dope. I'd love to
as
shake his hand, dude. That'd be cool.
oh yeah. Okay, so let's just quickly glaze over Freddy vs. Jason again. Released August 15th, 2003, directed by Ronnie Yu. I don't have all the numbers pulled up that I had for the other ones because, yeah, like I said, we're not going to talk about this one very long. Um, yeah, overall, when I saw this movie, very first time, opening night, loved it. But then the more I watched it, the more I began to pick this thing apart, and eventually I have picked it down to the fucking bones. I do not enjoy this movie anymore. Freddy only gets one fucking kill.
Yeah,
Um,
that's just a big L all around.
yeah, and I hated Freddy's fucking teeth in this movie so bad.
Yeah.
And then even the demon Freddy that rises out of Crystal Lake, I did not like that, even though I've got like that big ass Freddy back there is from fucking Freddy versus Jason. Beggars can't be choosers. It has that demon head somewhere, but it's not on for a reason.
Facts.
Um, but yeah, Freddy vs. Jason's just disappointing to me. I can't get into the movie anymore.
I don't like it. I don't like it anyway. I think I remember enjoying it for what it was back before I watched any of these movies, because I did see this one first. I seen this before I seen any of the Friday the 13th movies. I seen it before I watched any of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Back when I was a teenager, and my girlfriend and I watched it at the time or something. I had it on DVD. I don't even remember why I owned it, because I was never into any of this stuff during that time. And I think I liked it as like a background thing to have on while we're like hanging out or something. But other than that, I never really fully paid attention to it until recently when we watched it for the Friday the 13th movies. And yeah, it's not good. It's horrible, actually. The story is fucking dumb. Any movie where Jason is going to beat Freddy is just a wrong movie. So there shouldn't have even been a verses in that, I don't think. Freddy can literally manipulate anything happening while you're sleeping. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Not good. Poo-poo.
One note I will tack onto this is I did read, like, I read, and then also there is a motion comic of it on YouTube. The sequel to Freddy vs. Jason, which is Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash. Okay. That is light years better than this movie.
I might give
highly. Yeah, I was gonna say, just type Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash motion comic, and then it is like the whole damn thing. The only thing that's weird is Ash sounds like Homer Simpson in it. So like, once you get past that, then yeah, it makes sense with Freddy wanting to get the Necronomicon and everything like that. That was really good. Definitely, anybody check that out if you haven't seen it or read it.
Hell yeah, might have to give that a peep.
Okay, all right. Last up, released April 30th, 2010. So we are coming up on 15 years. Nightmare on Elm Street. This was directed by Samuel Bayer. It had a budget of $35 million, and it had a total box office gross worldwide of $117.7 million. Rotten Tomatoes score 14% from the critics and 43% from the fans.
What?
Yep.
What? Did we watch the same movie?
Okay, so let me go ahead.
Of the movie anyway.
I'll go ahead and start, because I'll start it with a positive. Once you get through the bad acting in the opening, that opening is fucking sick.
All right. I guess.
Freddy. No, there is no I guess. Freddy making the kid slit his own throat.
I know that. I guess.
And just the you're not real. I am now. Oh God! And then just the noises it makes as he's dragging it along. The opening is fucking good. Like that dude was a horrible actor. Like the acting was god awful in that. But that sequence, I was like, oh fuck, okay, we might be onto something. That was more hit than miss. But then the rest of the movie just like damn near consistently missed every single time it was given a softball pitch.
I don't know, dude. I felt the same way that you're describing with Halloween 2018. Like, it started off heat. And it even, like, for the majority of the movie was heat.
Oh, it had more heat throughout than, like, this did. This was, like, heat at the the first 10 minutes.
And then you put it in the fridge to cool it off.
No, you didn't put it in the fridge. You just fucking threw it outside, and it was, like, 50 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got moldy. And
I can't imagine I would like this more than Halloween 2018, but
oh no.
I felt the same way though. Like, it did start fucking heat. I was just like, "Oh god damn, okay." The
Yeah,
curb stomp and shit, with the fucking teeth dropping over the bathroom stall and everything. I was like, all right, okay, all right, I'm fucking with this. And then end of the movie fucked it up for me. But that is not how I felt for this, though. Like, when I got through that part, I was like, I think I watched like the next scene or two or something like that, and I was like, oh my god, dude. And I turned it off. And then when I recently started watching it again, passed out, fell asleep.
To have bad dreams about this movie.
That's how bad it was. I didn't even have bad dreams about it. I forgot about it the next day.
Okay, I got a couple more positives because
Okay.
we'll just get those out of the way, and then we can just unleash the shit.
All right, hit me.
The metacarpal glove is fucking fantastic,
Yep.
and
I remember you
nobody
telling me
will
about that.
Yeah, that glove is fucking sick.
Huh.
Like, instead of just the solid back plate, it is literally each metacarpal. And then it had a fucking wrist lock so it could not come off of his hand. I thought they nailed, like, they knocked the fucking execution for the glove out of the fucking park in this movie. And then, so, like I said, like the "I am now" line, and then there were a couple other lines that Freddy had in the movie that I was like, okay, all right, I can get behind that. And even the first two, or no, not the first two, sorry, the first kill and the third kill of the movie was fucking awesome. When was it Jesse? I think was his name. He was in prison, and then he gets fucking railroaded from behind, and then Freddy pulls the glove out. Like that was a good fucking kill. That was a good kill. But other than that, that's where the positives really end with me in this movie. You can tell that the people that wrote this movie had no right to write the movie. The director that they chose should have just stuck with directing music videos and not this fucking movie, especially as his first feature-length film, because it was not good. But my biggest issue that I have that I don't hear enough people complaining about, and I'm starting to think I'm the only person that remembers this, where the fuck are all the goddamn deleted scenes for this movie? Because they are sure as shit not on the fucking Blu-ray. There was a whole new opening. There was a new final battle. There was so much shit in between. There was even this awesome scene where Katie Cassidy is like covered in blood and all fucked up, and she's holding the Freddy glove, and it looks sick as fuck. None of that is in this fucking movie. Where is it? They talk about it on the Blu-ray. You watch the fucking commentary or like maybe the scene on scene thing with it. Yeah. They're literally talking about the fucking opening and showing scenes from it, but not the scene, like the whole scene as it was originally intended. Where the fuck is all that?
They don't have an uncut version of it anywhere?
No.
Not even like streaming or anything? Like
no.
No?
Like, because
That's dumb.
so for instance, in the theatrical cut, it opens up at the diner, right?
Right.
The original opening was going to be at a house party. And
seemingly a better place to start a Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Well, like I said, the intro was still kind of fire for me, but I'm just pissed at what could have been. Yeah. Like, I mean,
is there a borrow it from the internet file that we could probably find of it, baby? No, just doesn't exist anywhere.
No.
Damn.
I am not going to comment on that. To that specific comment, because nope, there isn't.
Damn.
But yeah, I'll have to find like the original theatrical trailer and send it to you, and so you can I can pinpoint to you that wasn't in the movie, that wasn't in the movie, that wasn't in the movie, that wasn't, and it sure as fuck none of it was in the deleted scenes or anything. And it's like, fuck you.
I might still end up trying to give this another shot, honestly. I might look at it again and just try to push through it, maybe earlier in the day, just to try to get through it at least once. But, it was it was hard, dude. I did not like it.
Okay, but the story is where this one falls apart so fucking fast because you cannot tell me that, like, I think there was like 4 or 5 different kids could not remember one goddamn thing from being 5 years old. Now, I know some people don't have a good memory, and I think I have a better memory than most people. But I, even at 37, can tell you shit that was happening from when I was 5 years
Oh
old.
yeah, I could probably pull out some shit about when I was 5 as
Yeah,
well, and I have an awful
and
memory.
going to daycare and preschool and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
I could remember, like, not obviously everything, but I can remember a good chunk of things
Oh,
from
for
that
sure.
time period.
Absolutely.
So the fact that you're telling me it's been 12 to 13 years and these kids do not remember a fucking thing from it, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, who remembers being 5 years old anyways?" Most fucking people, you stupid bitch.
Dude, I have an
So
awful
already,
memory, and I can remember stuff from 5 years old.
yeah. So that right there is like, I can't suspend my belief that fucking much. But
Yeah.
then also, the parents knew there was a dude living in the basement of the daycare slash preschool that they sent their kids to? Even in the fucking
What?
90s, that shit wouldn't have fucking happened.
That is a red flag all over the place from the parents' perspective and the daycare's perspective. Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah, so once again, unrealistic and cannot suspend the belief enough. And then the cardinal sin that they like, or I don't even know if it's a cardinal sin. It's just it's a fucking sin because the original when they filmed it, there was some scandal going on, and they were like, okay, we kind of got to take the Freddy doing stuff to the kids out and just make him a murderer, and that's gonna be fine. And you know what it was? In this movie, they fucking flipped it. So he wasn't even a killer. He was the other thing. And what in the fuck? Like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
that doesn't track at all.
Like, no, no, just God, no.
No.
So, so like I said, the act, like not the acting, the fucking story itself, just literally, like, even if you would have reached and went further with the dream sequences, like they should have, but they fucking didn't, your story just falls in on itself
Yeah.
if people can't like embrace it and then engage with it and then be like, okay, yeah, I could see this happening to me, because it's like, no, I can't suspend my belief that much. And there is one nitpicky scene that I'm going to bring up. Who in the fuck locks a convertible bug with the top down? Stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid.
That's not nitpicky. That's awful. That's dumb.
Yeah.
What a
And Freddy
moron.
kills a dog in this fucking movie too,
Oh,
which
yep.
was fucking
Already
yeah.
bad. Nope. Can't have
Yeah,
it.
not good.
No, that's not
Okay.
okay.
The performers. Rooney Mara, she is a great actress. She didn't have very big of a role in Social Network, but she was fucking awesome in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And oddly enough, that's the only things I can accurately tell you that I've seen her in. But she was awesome
Let me
in
see.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which both of them were David
Rooney
Fincher films.
Mara.
But you
Oh,
could
okay.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, you could just straight up tell she wanted nothing to do with this movie and was just getting a paycheck, which is unfortunate because we know what she's capable of.
Oh, I've seen
So,
her in Nightmare Alley. She was in Nightmare Alley. That movie bopped, dude. I fucking love
oh,
that
okay,
movie.
yeah.
That movie slapped.
But yeah, she just, I don't know what was going on. I'm sure she probably didn't like the director because, I mean, she did great work with David Fincher. And obviously, didn't Guillermo del Toro direct Nightmare Alley?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, she does great work with great directors.
Oh, dude, she was
Like,
in Kubo and the Two Strings as well.
the fuck is that?
Also a banger movie. She
Okay.
played Oh, she voiced the sisters. Oh, dude. That's
Yeah,
nuts, dude. Kubo and the
that's
Two
lost on
Strings
me.
is it's a stop motion style claymation kind of thing. Like have you seen Box Trolls?
No.
Have you seen Paranorman?
Yes.
Have you heard of Paranorman at least? It's like that kind of
Yeah,
style.
I've seen it. Yeah.
It's that kind of style of like stop motion animation, but it's about this kid named Kubo, and he plays this like Asian style guitar instrument or whatever, pipa or something like that. And it's only got two strings, but when he plays, he can make paper origami stuff happen to like extreme levels. It basically he can make these things come to life with his music and stuff. And
Okay.
it's a crazy fucking awesome adventure movie. Watch it if you get a chance. It's fun. But yeah, she plays the twin sisters. She voices the sisters in that. That's fucking sick. So yeah, she's definitely played in some cool stuff. Kid friendly. I mean, as much as Paranorman is, I would say there's definitely some stuff in it that's like, ooh, that's kind of creepy. But other than that, specifically the sisters, actually, the twin sisters are kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, there's nothing like.
If my son has seen The Terminator,
Oh yeah,
is
you're
this
good.
movie? Okay, all right, he's good. Okay,
Yeah, he's
all right.
fine. Honestly, he might love it. It's super fun, colorful, big adventure kind of thing.
Okay,
Lots of fun characters in it. Um, yeah, A-list cast too. Like the whole cast is fucking phenomenal.
okay.
There's a giant skeleton with fucking a bunch of swords in its
Sold.
skull. Yeah, it's
You
awesome.
you yeah. Like he's literally obsessed with skeletons. So all you had to say is there is a
It's
skeleton in
it's
this
a
movie. Okay.
giant skeleton, like fucking huge. Like they're climbing on top of his head trying to find a sword, a very specific one.
Okay.
It's badass.
He's gonna love it. All right.
Oh yeah, watch it. It's fun. It's super fun.
Um, but so moving away from Rooney Mara, Kyle
Yeah.
Gallner was also in this movie,
Okay.
and this movie is the reason why I have hated Kyle Gallner for like ever, because he is just awful in this fucking movie.
He is.
He was the detective in Smile, and he was in the
Oh,
Smile.
okay. Okay.
He was in Smile 2 as well, just at the beginning. Smile
Okay.
2
Okay.
Smile 2, I know he wasn't in it very long, but just both of those movies, I was like, okay, I could finally let this hate go. So I at least need to mention this movie is the reason why I did not like him.
He's in
Um,
Jennifer's Body as well.
yeah, he was
The
the
Haunting in
gothic kid.
Connecticut. American Sniper. He's in a bunch of stuff actually. Holy shit.
Yeah, he was in Scream 5 as well, I believe.
Yep. Scream 5. Red State. He's in Red State. Okay.
Oh, God, yeah. I haven't seen Red State in fucking hot minute.
It's been a while. Yeah, I wouldn't have recognized him from that off the top of my head.
But, yeah, Kyle Gallner's not good. And then the movie wastes Clancy Brown, who is awesome in literally fucking everything, and Connie Britton, who she is a great actress. Wastes him.
Jackie Earle Haley.
Yeah,
Biggest
Rorschach
L of
gets
this
him.
movie, I think. Like,
Yeah,
how the fuck do you get somebody that literally looks like he could be Freddy in some degree and fuck this movie up? Like, come on, dude. That's the biggest L for me, to be honest. But I also am just a huge fan of Rorschach. But
we're almost there, and you're not wrong. I did forget one positive that I had, so we'll inject a little bit of goodness. The addition of micro naps in the idea that like you just can't stay awake and be fine. No, your brain will just kind of shut itself off, and that could be considered dreaming. Um, that was a good addition to the movie because like Nancy in the original stays up for like 7 days, which is fucking nuts.
yeah,
So this idea being introduced was good, but once again, the pharmacy scene was all right with Nancy kind of going in and out of the micro naps where she's like crawling through and Freddy's like slashing shit and he's hitting shit in the pharmacy and stuff. That was cool, but ultimately they didn't use it enough to really make it fucking worthwhile.
yeah.
And then the final battle was very lackluster with just her going Punisher style, taking a fucking paper cutter, cutting his fucking glove off, and then just slicing his throat. That's it. That's all you could do. You don't cut the fucking head off, kill him dead.
Might as
Like,
well finish the job.
yeah. And then yeah, the ending, like just CG fucking bad. Which I mean, the CG in this movie was fucking awful. Like when Freddy's coming out of the wall, you know, in the original it was done so awesome, done practically. But then him coming out of the wall in this one was CG, it was awful. The ending was CG awful. And then yeah, lastly, Jackie Earle Haley. Like
big waste.
I understand why Freddy looks the way he looks. But once again, story wasn't there. You shouldn't have tried to go with the most realistic burn victim possible. You should have still tried to take something from the original Freddy.
Agreed.
Because yeah, he's just gonna look. It's not gonna be intimidating.
Freddy.
Yeah.
You almost feel sorry for him.
Yeah, you can play with it a little bit, but you shouldn't stray that far from it.
Yeah.
And then just think, well, we got the hat, glove, and sweater. We're fucking good. No, you got to have the face, too.
The face is just as much a part of that icon as the rest of his get-up, dude. There's no getting around.
Yeah, and Jackie Earle Haley is a great fucking actor.
Oh, yeah.
Rorschach, like, Jesus Christ, just as Rorschach.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
especially the scenes where he's not wearing his mask, like he's just fucking passionate about like the whole thing, the whole performance that he gives is just fucking intense every single second he's in the movie.
You're locked in here with me.
Yeah, and the last scene with him and Dr. Manhattan as well in the snow. Yeah, like fuck, dude.
He is a great, just an amazing fucking actor.
Yeah,
and
perfect for this role too. Perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of short, so he's not as kind of.
Well, to be fair, Robert ain't that tall either.
Oh, he's not?
No, I'm taller than Robert.
I mean, you're pretty tall.
I'm 6'1".
That's a pretty decent height.
No, Robert's was like that much shorter than me, at least.
Oh, so he's probably my height. That can't be true. Holy shit! Really?
Hold on, let's look it up. Yeah, Robert ain't that big, dude.
I always thought he was like on the taller side. Maybe not like huge, not like fucking Shaq or anything, but like I thought he was decently tall.
Okay, yeah, my guesstimation wasn't too far off. He's 5'10".
Oh, so he's average height, I guess, but
yeah,
maybe I'm tripping. Anyway, I was pictured him being more looming, like looming over them. Maybe the rest of the actresses and stuff that he's killing and actors that he's killing are shorter, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Jackie Earle Haley's 5'5".
Yeah, so he's shorter than me.
Yeah.
Damn.
But you could put some lifts in his shoes and give him a couple more inches.
But even then, that's what I was saying though. Like, I know he's not exactly the most intimidating person to portray somebody like Freddy of all people, someone that's loud and boisterous and boisterous and just in your face. But he is perfect for the role though. Like, if they would have given him one, a better script, two, better plot, then I think he would have been perfect, dude, as Freddy. I think he would.
Oh yeah, no, I fucking agree wholeheartedly that he didn't fail them, they failed him.
Oh yeah,
like I will take that one to my grave.
Not that he would have done better than Robert Englund, because I don't think he would have, but I would have loved to at least had a conversation with somebody about how Jackie could have been up there with him, like he could have been in the same talks as a Freddy Krueger, when unfortunately the movie just did him so dirty that obviously Robert's the only pick. There's literally nobody else that could step into that role because that movie flopped so fucking hard, or it hurt so bad anyway, for the people that actually enjoyed Nightmare on Elm Street, and Robert Englund and all that stuff. But
yeah,
it's a shame. Big shame.
It sucks, man. It one of the biggest whiffs ever, because Yeah, you're never going to get to that level. Like you're like Robert's here. You're
Oh
never going to
yeah,
find somebody to go above it.
right.
Your goal is as close to humanly fucking possible.
Yeah,
And it just
I would have liked to
just
have like in my opinion, um, there's been like a million Jokers, obviously, but there's select Jokers that just stand up there, you know, and you can
yeah.
have a talk about um, Heath Ledger being, up there as well as Joaquin
Jack
Phoenix
Nicholson.
and Jack Nicholson. Like you can all have those three guys, and maybe a few others in the category that you could argue like this guy's better because of this guy's a better Joker because of this is a better movie, blah blah blah. But like there literally is nobody else you can talk about in that case.
Yeah.
But it sucks because like I said, I like Jackie Earle Haley a lot. So
No,
but,
same.
oh well, maybe we'll give it another shot in a few years and he'll reprise himself, and we'll get a better remake.
I hope so.
Yeah, maybe Wes himself will direct that one and just recast everybody.
Rise out of the grave.
Yeah, from beyond the grave. Yeah, he's got some like material like in a safe somewhere in his fucking grave or something, like in his coffin.
Man. Yeah.
It is.
Now I'm just depressed.
Yeah. Anyway, did you want to do a ranking or no?
Let's do that on another time, because since our last episode was so far fucking back, we can, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just do another one for that. Like Friday.
Okay.
Like Friday the 13th, yeah.
All right, man. That's all I got.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
overall, not good movie. Overall, these three movies, though, or four, I guess, if you count Freddy vs. Jason, pretty rough.
That'd be 5.
Is that 5? Oh, yeah. Dream Child.
Yep.
Yep. I forgot about that one. But pretty rough score on this video compared to the other two. But
yeah, this episode was definitely more garbage than the last one, and I'm saying that literally. Nightmare on Elm Street is my shit, and even the back half of this franchise is still just like, yeah.
I still think overall, so far, that the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise as a whole still has more entertaining content in it, even in the bad movies, than Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And more than Halloween from the ones I've watched. I still think that Nightmare on Elm Street still, even the bad ones, hold a candle to the bad Halloween movies that I've seen.
Yeah.
So there's that. It's still coming out net positive, you know what I'm saying? So.
All right, gun to your head. Nightmare on Elm Street remake or Halloween Ends. Go.
Oh, fuck.
And they just shot you.
Yep. They're so bad, dude. Oh, God. You can't be doing that to me, man.
Hey, I'm just saying.
You know what? I think on principle, I'm picking the fucking Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Yeah.
Because that dude, Halloween Ends, did me fucking dirty. And I'm not even a huge Halloween fan, to be honest with you, but they still did me dirty. As a consumer that spent money on that fucking movie ticket, I am cheated, goddammit.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. And I didn't even have very high expectations for that going into it because I wasn't a fan of kills, but still, how do you go in already let down and they let you down harder? How do you leave the theater more let down than you started going into the fucking theater with, dude? I was already like, all right, here's the bar. This is where I left.
No, that's accurate.
Anyway, that's a whole movie or episode for a different time, obviously. But anywhoozin, yeah, that's all I got. If you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure you share it around. And also go to our YouTube channel where we have more content. Derek's got a ton of movie reviews. And we have
We're up to 159 subs now too.
Yeah, thanks for all that. Thanks for the support. We've been appreciating the subs trickling in, and obviously we love seeing your comments. I know Derek is usually pretty good about quick timing them fuckers, like pretty quick responding to those, but I love reading them, and if I ever get to them, obviously before Derek, I try to chime in as well. But yeah, keep on coming, dude. Let your friends know if they're into horror movies, if they're into video games, or you know, music, metal music mainly, but I mean, we talk about some other stuff as well. Then let them know, dude. Share this with your buddies, your grandma, your aunts, your uncles, your cat. I don't give a shit. If they've got a YouTube account and they can sub to it, share it. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know down in the comments below. What do you think of these movies, the ones that we talked about today? Which one is the worst of all of them? And let's just go ahead and take out the remake and Freddy vs. Jason. Which one of the three, you know, that we talked about that aren't those two, obviously, because let's be
okay.
real.
So basically, which is worse, Nightmare on Elm Street 5 or Freddy's Dead?
Yeah,
I got an answer.
Damn, that is a really easy one.
I'm not gonna say it.
That's an easy one. Fuck me.
Yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say you gotta leave the other two in because and nobody and their dog is gonna say New Nightmare is worse than Freddy's Dead. If that person listens to this podcast, please message us. Let's have us a motherfucking talk, okay?
Or just unsub at that point, because really.
No. I want let's have a talk. I want somebody to explain to me if they truly believe Freddy's Dead is better than New Nightmare. How? Like,
you can't. I don't think it's
exactly.
possible.
That's why I'm saying if somebody out there thinks it, I want to have a talk with them.
Well, I know this isn't our ranking video, but this is the final version or the final video in our Nightmare on Elm Street, because we've already talked about all of them. So at least the movies, as far as the movies go. Which one of the Nightmare movies is your favorite then? Because that can definitely be a lot harder of a question than which one's the worst.
Yes.
Because I think it's pretty fair game to say either Freddy's Dead or the remake is probably the worst of all of them. But I would like to hear your arguments for why the original is better than Dream Warriors or vice versa, because that is something we could talk about.
Yeah, that's something I wouldn't even want to engage in that conversation. I would just sit back and listen to both sides because I can't even argue one over the other.
Yeah, I like both of them quite a bit, so that would be cool to hear some opinions on. Or if there's like a reason maybe like two better than one of those. I don't know, but I mean I could still hear that before I could hear something about Freddy's Dead. Or the
100%.
New Nightmare as well. I could hear an argument for that too. So, yeah, let us know. Make sure you sub, make sure you like, make sure you share, all that kind of stuff, and we'll see you in the next one.